first meeting to order at 5:35 p.m. Thank you all for tuning in. For those at home, as we always do, we start with the vision. The Bronzeville Classical School community intentionally values and highlights the strengths of all members through providing a personalized learning experience, celebrating diversity, and practicing creative problem solving in order to cultivate a strong, accelerated program to nurture lifelong learners. Our mission, BCS commits to the personalized growth and empowerment of all. Our norms, be results-oriented, be fully present, be respectful of others' time, assume the best intentions, and stay student-focused. Today is Wednesday, March 8, 2024. We'll go right into the roll call.
Stephen Mitchell.
Here.
Akira Barclay.
Here.
Charles Byrne. Joyce Brown. Present. Blake Daniels. Dwayne Davis.
Here.
Eugene Lewis. Jennifer Lewis. Here. Yandy Morris. Here. Tamara Hoff Pope. Keith Seals. Reginald Spears.
Here.
Nicole Spicer.
Here.
All right, great. Do we have a quorum?
7, 8, yes, here.
Thank you. Next, we'll move right into the approval of the minutes. Did everyone have an opportunity to review the minutes?
Yes. So moved.
Second. Motion been made and properly second. Is there any discussion? There being none, all those in favor of approving the minutes, please raise your hand. Any noes? Any abstentions? All right, we'll move right on to the special meeting minutes. Did everybody have an opportunity to review those minutes?
Yep. So moved.
Second. Motion been made and properly second. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor of approving the special meeting minutes, please raise your hand.
7.
Any noes? Any abstentions?
Yes, sir. They would change it.
All right. Those will pass. Next, we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Did everybody get an opportunity to review the agenda?
So moved.
Motion been made and properly second. Any discussion? There being none, all those in favor of approving the agenda, please raise your hand. Any noes? Any abstentions? All right, that passes. We'll move right on into old business, kids first letter. Essentially, the letter that we sent you guys has been approved. They send out, updates regarding it, like if you wanna come to a meeting, that sort of thing. I wasn't sure if, you guys wanted me to send updates. If you do, I can, otherwise, the copy of the letter that you all received is a letter that we signed on to support, so you guys can really just let me know if you want me to forward the updates, I can.
You said it has been approved?
Yeah, we approved it at the last actual LSC, not the special.
And has it been signed?
Well,
Signed, then, yeah.
Technically, yes.
I think it'd be good to get updates to see what movement there is.
Is this updates from him?
Yes. So do you guys want me to forward you the updates?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. All right, I will do that. All right, we can move on to the final audit report.
Okay, this is my first one, so bear with me on this. When we got the audit back, there were several action items that we were asked to do. Give me 1 second, I promise. So we had a management action plan for cash disbursements, those are school checks. The second one was management plan 3, fixed assets, which usually refers to any furniture over $500, technology equipment in the school, management action plan 4, safety and security. LSC, there's a management action plan 5, local school council. I have to present the audit report today, so, in our minutes, Ms. Lewis, you'll just have to document that I am officially going over the report. Just make sure that's filled out. And then, the first management action was for cash receipts. So that's basically when we take money into the school, how it's documented. So there were several action items under each of those, so I'll start, with cash receipts first.
Ms. Spicer, will you tell us what was happening before that prompted the action and then what the recommendation is afterwards?
Yes, so for the cash receipts, the issue was, I'll just read it verbatim and then interpret it. Principal Spicer and Clerk Jones provided the internal accounts, treasurer receipts, and supported documentation and completed and approved fundraising proposals for the Kindness Grams and the Scholastic Book Fair, to demonstrate controls are in place. Please submit the fundraising proposals, to the internal accounts system, via the Worktiva management plan. And so the issue with that is, basically, after we did the fundraiser, we did not document like the profits, we didn't complete the report to say how much the fundraiser made for the Kindness Grams. And then the second one for the Scholastic Book Fair, there was some ambiguity with that one. With the Scholastic Book Fair, although I do present it as a proposal and get approval for us to do it, it kind of is like it's a wash. So Ms. Jones was like, she didn't think that she had to do a fundraising report because everything that comes in through Scholastic, it goes back out through Scholastic. We are awarded Scholastic dollars, but it's not real money. So she would not put that on the fundraising proposal, so we had to get clarity on that. So those two proposals, or those two reports will be presented in Scholastics, even though it's even.
And do we have to document the dollars that we get back in from them, or how does that work?
So we are going to fill out the report based on what we think. So it's probably gonna be 0 loss, 0 profit, it's just gonna be 0. But we'll probably just have to document how much the actual fair makes. But whatever we make, we literally write a check and send it to Scholastic for the merchandise that we purchase as a school. So those will be presented in our June LSC meeting. The second one, is cash disbursements, and those are school checks. Principal Spicer and Clerk Jones must provide the internal accounts, audit, I don't know what IAAS stands for, with the school expenditure requisition form, and that is this form. Supporting invoice and LSC approval for, there are 4 checks, 1243, 1246, 1248, and 1255, to demonstrate controls are in place. Please submit the documentation and the LSC minutes where approval was obtained. So we will document that at this meeting, but that is what we were addressing before we had the audit, but they said we could not do it that way. So remember, we had that other LSC meeting, we talked about those checks, you all gave me approval on the back end. Now we just have to document that it's actually been approved, and we have to have it in the minutes. That those are the checks, so I'm gonna go through those checks individually. So the first check is 1243. Number 1243. 1243 was for the silent party that we had for the students in February, on February 15th. We paid for that.
Was it this year or?
Yeah, this year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
February 15th this year. We paid for it out of our student fees, and it was for the amount of $1,080.
Ms. Spicer, I thought we actually did that once you did the.
We did, but they documented it anyway. They said that that was not sufficient, what I showed them in the minutes.
So it's more about how we put it in the minutes than how we did it.
Possibly.
So
but
it's just
I didn't-
recording
I
it
didn't know what
differently.
they were looking for in the audit. This is our first audit. So, I mean, nobody's getting this.
So
like,
how
it's
do
okay.
they want her to put it in?
So I think that when we have, so you all gave me, the ability to write checks up to $5,000 pre-approved. So because that is documented, anything under $5,000, we don't have to do that for. Now, if it's anything over $5,000, I think moving forward, I would just say,
But that's under 5,000.
it is, but this came before I got that approval. So
Oh.
we were doing some retro things. So
Mhm.
we did this before, which is,
Oh, okay. That makes, okay.
yes, we are righting wrongs, but I didn't know that we were wrong until
Mm-hmm.
I got the audit paperwork.
So they're saying, are they saying
I
don't do
understand.
that anymore? Always do it in advance, or if we do it, make sure we just have the paperwork to support it?
Make sure we have, if you all give me approval, pre-approval, make sure that that's clearly documented in the minutes, and that I have like that letter that I had you sign, and then that is clearly outlined in the minutes, that from whatever the time period is, you'll have pre-approval, you'll present it in the next LSC meeting, and that, because I don't have the check numbers per se at the LSC meetings until it's like after the fact. So I just think it's a combination of documenting it clearly, and then also just making sure that the paperwork is.
So she would say something like, the LSC approved that Ms. Spicer has the authority to do this, as long as it does not exceed, and even like the vote count or something like that, okay.
And then even if it's like a cash disbursement, or like I'm gonna write a check, you can literally just add cash disbursements to your, notes when we get there, and just say, silent party, the amount, the amount, because the cash disbursements are the checks.
I need you guys to double check.
Okay. Check 1246. You ready, Ms. Lewis? Is for our kids' science lab partnership. That came from student fees. And that was